and welcome back to BeeZy's Kitchen, and today I'm going to bring you my BeeZy Stickydate pudding. So I've got all the ingredients ready to start putting it all together, and the first thing we're going to need to do is get a 1.5 cups of boiling water. So I've boiled the kettle for that. So there's a 1.5 cups of boiling water, and we're going to carefully put the chopped up dates that I have, which was a 1.5 cups of pitted dates, in like that, into the boiling water. And next we're going to get 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and we'll just sprinkle that over the top. Bubble up just a little bit. Now I'll just get a spoon, and we're just going to let the baking soda soak through those dried dates and soften them up with the boiling water. And the other thing I'm going to do is the sugar that I've got here, which is 1/2 cup of Duma sugar. I'm going to pop that in the hot water as well so it can dissolve. Right, now I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes and we'll come back to it and do the next step. Now it's been 5 minutes, so I've got another 5 minutes to go, but it's becoming really soft now, which is really, really good. So we're going to go on to the eggs, so I'm going to pop that to the side. I've had 2 eggs and I've separated them from the yolk, so I've got the whites here and I have 2 yolks there. So we're going to use the yolks a little later on, but we just want to turn the egg whites into nice sort of medium peaks. So just whisk that there. With just the 2 egg whites, it doesn't take that long. So we want it in between soft peaks and hard peaks. So I've finished beating the egg whites. They're coming up and they're just falling over. So they're almost like stiff peaks, but not quite. So that's how we want our egg whites to be. Let's take the excess off there because we need that. Okay, so we're going to start putting our mix together now. So we're going to start off with 100 grams of soft butter, which I've got here. Pop that in there. Going to pop the 2 egg yolks in there. We're going to pop 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. And 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. In there like that, and we're going to mix them all together at a very slow speed. Let's put that in. Spin it up a little bit. egg yolk and the butter combined together with the vanilla essence and the maple syrup. Alright, so they're mixed together. So what we're going to put in next is our plain flour, which was 1 cup, half a cup of tapioca flour. It's very soft. Use it a lot in gluten-free cooking. Pop that in. And our dates that have been sitting in the boiling water with the sugar have been sitting for 10 minutes now. So we pop them in over the flour with the dates. Over the mixer. Okay. There we go. So we're going to start mixing all that together now. You don't need a lot of time. About a minute. Okay, so that's looking really good. Let's get rid of that. Alright, so we've got the cake dough sort of consistency. Now with our egg whites, we're going to pop them in. Just in top like this, and we're not going to mix it in, we're going to what's called fold it in. So we're just folding it gently through the mixture to maintain that air through the mixture, so we can keep it fluffy. It's gluten-free cooking, a lot of it can be quite dense and makes gluten-free cakes taste horrible, where this actually makes the gluten-free cakes fluff up a little bit more, and actually a lot of people don't actually notice a difference. I've given my friends plenty of gluten-free things without even telling them, or they haven't even thought about it, and asked them how it was, and they said that was like the best one I've ever had, and I said it was gluten-free. So don't doubt it until you try it. Alright, so next we're going to pop them into, I'm going to do some little ones like in muffin size so I can serve them individually, and I'm going to do some in little ceramic pots, and I'm going to do one bigger one. So I'm going to start off with my little ones first, so filling them up 3/4 of the way up the patty pan. These are really good size serves if you've got guests coming over. And almost there. They're also really good desserts. Well, the Stickydate pudding that I'm making today is a really good complement dessert to the sweet curry that I'm about to serve up. That is in my other video. If you'd like to go and have a look at that, really nice. I like it in winter, but you could have it any time of the year. Alright, so that's 4 of them. So we're going to do that. Now the next 2 I'm going to do is this longer ceramic dish and a round ceramic dish. And I just need a little bit of cooking spray on the bottom so they don't stick. do the little ceramic bowl first. It's about the same, just over half is all you'll need for that one. And that's also a really good guest size. And we'll put the rest of it in this one. Like so. So we've got our 4 in the muffin pans, 1 in the ceramic bowl, and 1 in the square dish. So I'm going to put them in the oven, which has been preheated to 180 degrees. Just check it at 30 minutes, but between about 30 and 40 minutes. But with the little ones in the patty pan, you might be looking at about 15 minutes because they're just a small one. So as long as when you put your hands in the oven, they just spring back a little bit. Okay, now we're going to make the maple butterscotch sauce. So I've got a little saucepan here, and I'm going to turn it on a medium heat to start with. And I'm going to first put the butter in. So there's 100 grams of butter there. And you have to keep your eye on this because you don't want the ingredients here to burn. So we're just melting down that butter now. See in there. Won't take too long. While that is melting down, I'm going to get some maple sauce, maple syrup. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of that with the butter, generous tablespoons. And that's still melting away there. The sauce, once it's done, you can pretty much serve it straight away. The excess sauce, I wait for it to cool and store it in the fridge and scoop out what I need, whatever I'm going to put it on. If it's more of my Stickydate pudding, because I like to put it over the serve rather than over the entire pudding. And it's also really good on ice cream. So that's melted down in there nicely. The next thing, and we have to keep an eye on this so we don't burn it or make it into toffee, is put our half a cup of Derma sugar is what I've got today. You can use brown sugar. Just got to make sure over the heat that you keep an eye on it and keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn or turn into a toffee. Alright, so we'll let that simmer away for a bit. I'll just turn the heat up a little bit more. Before I add the cream, which is 1 cup of cream, thickened cream, just gonna keep stirring it so it doesn't burn on the bottom. So it's boiling like that. So what I want to do now is just turn that heat down a fraction, and the sugar is all melting down in that butter. Okay, so it's a really nice sort of thick sauce. Now we're going to get 250 ml of thickened cream. There we go. Just keep it on medium heat for the moment. And that's coming up really nicely. So this butterscotch maple sauce, I add a little bit of arrowroot to it. It sort of makes it a little bit more like a custardy sort of texture, and that just thickens the sauce up a little bit more. So I'll leave that there while I get my arrowroot ready. So you'll just need a small amount of just cold water for this. And I'll just get a clean spoon. And I'm going to use a good teaspoon, or 2 teaspoons of arrowroot, and I'm going to mix it so it's all smooth. So I'm going to tip this into my sauce to thicken it up a bit. So I'm just going to turn my sauce up. Arrowroot activates on the heat. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in the video too much, but that's quite watery. So if we just add a little bit of arrowroot there, start stirring it. You don't have to add all of it, just to a consistency that you want. Make sure you turn that heat up, but constantly moving your spoon around and make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. You don't want to burn it. So it's starting to thicken up here now. I just want it a little bit more thicker. So I take the rest of that in there. I can feel that on my spoon now. That's thickened up nicely. If you've ever had Bailey's thickened cream, it sets like that in the fridge. It's pretty good. You could, I suppose, if you wanted to, put some Bailey's over your pudding as well. I wouldn't recommend putting it in your sauce unless you want to burn away all the goodness out of Bailey's. That's thickening up beautifully now. As you can see, it's sticking to my spoon. Lovely. So that's ready for me to start dishing up my Stickydate maple pudding. So I'll just turn that off. And we will start plating up the Stickydate maple pudding. Okay, now we're up to plating up our sticky maple pudding. Alright, so I have cut my other dish pudding into this square, and I have my ceramic bowl one, and I have my little muffin one. So we're going to do all three. So the first one we might do is the bigger one. So I'll get my plate, and I'm going to cut it into triangles, so in half, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. So we've got, you can see, 2 triangles, and I'm going to pop them on my plate. So I'll pop them like that. Going to get my ice cream. You can serve it with cream if you like. I'm going to serve it with some side of ice cream. That. And I've got my strawberry. I just need to put a few slices into my strawberry. I don't know if you can see that I put some slices in there, and then you can splay them out like that. So this is how it's looking on the plate without it falling off. So I've got that one. Before we put the sauce, I'll do another one quickly. So the next one is, I will do my round one. Put that on the plate in the center. Grab some ice cream. Do my strawberry. This one I might just cut it. 2 pieces of strawberry. Nope, not happy with that one. There, will do. Just stand like that on that one. And our little one, we'll just get a little bit of sauce first. Pop that on the center of the plate. I might pop this sauce just in a jug, easier. So you probably see in the background it's gone into like a custard, really nice Scotch custard sauce. Alright, so I'll just tip that on the bottom there. And I'm going to place my little round pudding there. And I'll just get him a little strawberry. Let's pop that on the side of the plate there, just ready. Now I'm just going to put my ice cream on my little one. Just on the side there. And my strawberry. And get my sauce for my other ones and pour it straight over the top. You can always put them in a little pouring dish on the side if you wanted to as well. A little bit more over our little tiny one there. If you want to impress the family or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, I've got some icing sugar here and a little sieve. Put in there. Just tap it gently around the outside of the plate, over the top, not too much. Kids call it fairy dust sometimes. And there is the BeeZy sticky maple pudding. Now I'm going to have to lift up the camera because I think it's going to slide off the plate. So I'll just move it around for you. Hold on one thing. Now they're melting rather quickly. So this is my little small one. It's not the best light, but that's the best I'm going to be able to do for you. This is the ceramic bowl one. It's melting everywhere. This one looks pretty good. Like that. Okay, so that's it for my pudding. You can use non-gluten-free flour if you wanted to as well, but we use gluten-free in our house. Really good. You must try it.